So what I'm trying to do is get people ascended. So when you get ascended, meaning in a higher state of consciousness and awareness, so you use your talents and abilities to team up with other like-minded people to get together to do these greater things once your will is intact. So your free will. I mean, how much free will do you got? I mean, if you're programmed to be a work slave, it's not going to benefit you too much in the Hobbit Home Society because you're not going to be working that much because of everything's orchestrated to work together for their common needs, so they have less time to work. So I'm trying to put together all these pieces of the puzzle for you to understand um, my key aspects of my knowledge. So once there gets multiple hands to build a society, that can be the layout for the future. So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, it takes is teamwork. All it takes is teamwork, and all we need to do is get together and have a correlation to the process. And once you get on the level of understanding your own capabilities, your own possibilities, see, your mind needs to be open to belief. See, once you believe that it's possible, like I do, because I know it's possible, it just takes the two hands and the things to create the society. You could create a bazillion different ways. There's so many possibilities. So, what I'm trying to tell you is get together with the two hands to make this possible. You don't need to be like an ascended master to do this, but you get certain amount of information that I can tell you that you learn and study. You can put good use in the Hobbit Home Society, and your skills and talents of every individual, what they have, you can use that to the table to prove that you can make this world a better place with what you can do. Now, there's a lot of other people's skill sets of teamwork. They have skill sets of friends, outside the workplace that they talk to, that they have daily conversations with because they're social. Now, the more people you know and stuff like this, the better. Because you could talk to them how you normally talk to them on a grounded basis. And then once you're grounded in the conversation, you could bring up certain information. Not like you're trying to preach to them, but to get them seeing if they like that idea and getting these other people to like these ideas. And once they are in on it, this sort of new society, we would get together to create these higher levels of things that are clean living for the planet. And I have everything in my head to do real good, but there's other people's knowledge and stuff that could help the society if we face certain problems. Uh, Laying out the Hobbit Home Society and doing all that, if we reach certain problems, we can solve these problems. It's just that I just want other people to get together, that share common knowledge about how to do this. So we get ascended in a sort of way of the new system, not the old system you're living in and all the programs of the old society of how you get programmed in your brain. You know what I mean? You new pathways of programming in your brain that orchestrate higher levels of intelligence. The common sense. You'll have a new level of common sense getting reprogrammed into this type of way of thinking about things, not due to the society that you live in now, that's all messed up and kind of chaotic, and a bunch of other, things are going on. But when we go get the knowledge and say 10 people know this, and they spread it to, say, 50 other people, and then 50 other people gravitated towards it, and the other 50 people didn't. So there are going to be people that are not going to be in on this, not willing. But if your willingness is intact, you have a certain amount of intelligence to act upon this and actually do it. We are smart in our characteristic. But what I'm trying to say is that when we get ascended to a certain state, to have that belief on a certain high scale of belief, that things are possible, and to work out these problems, and to solve things, and to create solutions, and only solutions, and no problems, because we already know the problems that we're already facing in this society. So what I'm trying to say is we get back to our roots of our underlying intelligence and our thought processes in our brain, and we kind of clear and filtrate our brain to have a clear state of awareness and belief that holds this sort of stem of reality, that we can create almost anything that we want. I say almost because certain dimensions there's certain strongholds of like lower densities, and then lighter densities you can fly around and do different things. But what I'm trying to say is that I hope that more people gravitate to this sort of way of thinking, of that things are possible and we can do things. And the more that we don't think it's possible and stuff, the more we're going to live in a system that controls us. That look at all the things that they did to us, that are good or bad, that were possible. See, 10 years from now, we wouldn't think any of this would happen. Albert Einstein, we didn't think that, he had information, but he did. So what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to prove a point here. I'm trying to prove that we need to get together and do this for the common goal of this society. And teamwork and effort and free thinking of the mind to actually accomplish these bigger goals of belief. Once you have this belief, you can actually do this. The system has made everybody to believe that there's only one way of doing things. It's their way or the highway. But when you go on the highway, there is different ways of doing things. You know what I mean? Wherever you go, there's a different way of doing something. The way that the rules and laws in different countries and different ways of the world, there's different ways of rules and laws on the planet. It's not all the same. So right now, we already know this. And I'm trying to get you to believe that, me strumming a chord is possible on the guitar. And if you think that's not possible, I mean, anybody can do it. That's just the thing, how simple it can be. The possibilities of belief, how simple that could be, to believe that. And it is possible. You know what I mean? Got to get out of the thinking mind of thinking it's not possible when things are possible. You know what I mean? Anyway, Neil, worship the divine goddess. Girls, I hope you're doing amazing. And if you want to text me or whatever, just message me, because I need girls to talk to on a daily basis, because it helps me out. Like, I like talking to girls, especially when they call me baby and everything on the text and everything. But there's girls all over the world that text me on Facebook. You know what I mean? Different countries and stuff. But it's fun talking with them every once in a while. But anyway, girls, I hope you're doing amazing. All right, bye.